I love it.
Oh, yay! All right.
I look. Say hi. Hi. Hello, Christine. I love this.
Yay!
Good morning or good afternoon, everyone, to you guys.
Rainy and windy day. I know all about that.
And oh, yes, you do. Oh my gosh. So you're here and you are, how's today's weather?
It's trying to be sunny, but at least it's not raining. We couldn't get out of our driveway last night. We were flooded in.
Oh my gosh.
We dropped like over 4 inches of rain just yesterday.
I don't like that. She's like, you guys, we're so excited that we're going to be having so much fun talking about one of our favorite subjects ever. Or my favorite subject. I'm pretty sure it's yours because we.
Well, it is becoming mine in large part due to Abby. I'm putting most of the blame on her.
Well, I was so happy that you're coming down the rabbit hole with me because if any of you guys watch my channel, you know that I'm a little fragrance obsessed. What do we call people like myself with this?
I've heard other people call them fragrance heads.
Yeah, hello, Lisa.
Yeah, hey, Lisa.
Okay, good. Oh, that's so funny. So yes, anyways, we were so excited because now Mandy and I chat about everything. Frag heads.
Yeah, frag heads. That's right. And y'all, we are doing this very casual. Chad's back to back starting the microwave like right when I do a live. So this is a very chill live. So
yeah. We thought it would be fun because we've been going back and forth on lots of perfumes lately. And we thought it would be fun.
Yeah, I was looking for a text that we like a specific text that we sent, and I think it was only like 2 days beforehand, and it took me like 10 minutes just to scroll back and find it from 2 days before because of how much we text. Hi, Mr. Mandy in the background. They're saying hi, Mr. Mandy.
They can see me?
No, well, they could while you were at the microwave.
Oh, hello.
I love it. And Lisa's blaming everything on me. I love it, Lisa.
I blame everything on her too when it comes to fragrance.
I feel that way about you, Mandy. Hello, Becky.
Hey, Becky. Thank you.
Oh, you guys, so we are so excited. Okay, so how do we want to do our little round? Okay, and a heads up, you guys, we tried to do top 7, kind of including our wish list. But the problem is I think both of us have like recently been, collecting some fragrances. Yeah. So I don't know if I have a wish list per se, but I'm going to just go through. I thought we would, anyways, you tell me how.
Well, so I think it's going to be a little bit different. I think it's good. It like spices it up because Abby has a much bigger collection than me. She's been a frag head for way longer. So I think it was easier for her to pick out her top 7, whereas I have more of a wish list because I'm just starting, to really collect certain like niche more fragrances. And so I split it up. I'm not exactly how sure she did it, but I split it up kind of half and half. I'm going to show the 3 or 4 fragrances that I'm really loving right now. And then I'm going to talk about the 4 that are like really high up on my wish list. And I think the reason we wanted to do this as a live is because we want your feedback, especially on the wish list items. I haven't said this to Abby, but I'm sure she feels the same way. Like if we talk about something on our wish list and y'all have it or y'all have smelt it, please chime in. So
yeah. We love give and take. And you guys, I love fragrance. So does she. So we were going to share some, but then we have, I kind of picked a couple lines that I think need to be talked about and shared. So we're just so excited.
Hey everybody. I love my darling dog too, Michelle. Thank you. He will likely be in my lap before this is all over with. So, or at least trying to be.
Okay. Do you want to start with your first?
Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Where do I start? All right. I guess I'm going to start. Well, let me start with the one that I actually have on today. And this is a little bit of a cheat because it is one of the ones that I have been loving the most. And I think it'll probably segue into some of Abby's. But it's technically a sample, and it is by BdK, and it's Wood Jasmine. So I just have this sample, but I'm telling y'all, this could be in my favorite I'm loving right now and absolute #1 top on my wish list, because I do think this is going to be the next one I get full size. This is so good. And it is, from what I've seen on other reviews, because I have samples of a lot of the BdK perfumes, but from what I've seen it's one of the stronger ones. And I think maybe Abby can talk more about this because she's got a lot more full size. But this is, and y'all would be so proud of me. I took notes.
Yeah.
Like all my, everybody knows about my notebooks. I love my notebooks. So it's got plum and pear, 2 different kinds of jasmines, which I don't really know the difference in jasmine. It's just jasmine. There's balsam, incense, which gives it that kind of, I don't know how to explain it, maybe thicker, headier vibe. Like it's not, I wouldn't necessarily call this a super fresh perfume. Vanilla, it does have a little bit of patchouli, but that's not what I smell the most. She's smelling it right now. Do you smell that the most?
And I think there's a definite sultriness to this. Like this is a stronger, sultry. I don't smell so the jasmine part probably threw me off a little bit because it doesn't smell super pronounced to my nose. I feel like it's woods and I mean you can smell some, but it isn't.
But it's not
expecting a jasmine fragrance.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
And we were just talking before we came on. There's something, now it's been a long time since I've smelled this particular perfume, but there's something in it that reminds me of Tom Ford Metalique. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. I really like this. And while some people would say it's more appropriate for nighttime, I'm all over it during the day. I don't do rules like that when it comes to perfume.
Oh, me either. So yeah, I wear it. Do I want to share my story about that other perfume?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's a great story.
So just you guys, this is just a little funny one, but I was wearing Tom Ford Metalique, and I was having to get my first colonoscopy that day. And, I had my face on and I put my perfume on and everybody was complimenting me on my perfume, but I was like, of course you are, because what you're doing.
In comparison to what you smell all day, I know
I couldn't help it, but they're like, wow, you smell so good. And both of us are laughing because we both really like that one and we both don't have a full bottle. For Sephora sale, we're both contemplating.
Yeah, because I do like the Metalique.
So there's that powderiness, I think, that we're both smelling.
Lisa said, is it the incense that the Tom Ford Metalique has also? I don't know, because I have smelled and I have other incense perfumes. There's something a little bit different. That could be something. Christine, the brand is BdK. That is the name of the brand. And the particular scent is Wood Jasmine. So that's what the big bottles look like. I'll let her talk about her next favorite. And I'm
just going to go right into BdK because you guys, I fell in love with BdK. And I have 5 bottles of BdK, and I can't even find the one that I was actually going to talk about, but that's funny. Okay, but anyways, so I love Gris Charnel. I'm not already cheating you guys, but I'm just saying I like this brand in general. I was going to talk about Pas de Soir, and you know what though? Let's go ahead, Mandy, and talk about Tuberose and Byredo. Because for some reason I'm probably looking right at it, you guys. But the BdK brand in general, I would say is amazing. There's going to be something for everyone in that line. And I don't know, I just kind of fell in love with, you fell in, what do you have another? Is this the other one that you're thinking about?
Well, I haven't smelled that one though. But yes, that would be a blind buy. So I need to add that to my sample list. But I definitely want, that has piqued my interest for sure. I would say probably my other favorite one that I've smelled is Rouge Smoking. The only thing about that is that it doesn't last that long on me. I don't know if it does with you, but the longevity is not quite there. But if you're someone who doesn't mind like reapplying the same perfume over and over, then
I love
it's
like Abby's math. That's right. You guys, that is one true thing about me. I was not good at math. I still am not. Like, you know, you just have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. So I can't believe I can't find my okay. Well, anyways, you guys, I had Pas de Soir to talk about because that is sort of my fun, flirty, fruity floral, which is something that I don't feel like I thought that I wasn't attracted to those kind of fragrances, but that one was like love upon first sniff.
I felt like it was sweet.
It's very sweet.
It's very sweet. It was Chad's favorite out of all of the samples that I had. I make him smell them all, much to his demise.
Oh my gosh, my husband, I'm really upset, you guys, because my daughter is going to be going off to college. And she helps me smell, like, because my husband does not, he'll indulge me from time to time, but it really is not his favorite. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, Chad honestly could care less, but he does tell me his favorites upon my samples, and the Pas de Soir was his favorite. Someone's asking, where can we get BdK, Grace? We have them listed down in the description box. Well, we will of the live, but I would say probably the top places would be Selfridges and Lucky Scent.
Yep.
Right?
So, yep. Lucky Scent has all of them, or most of them, I'm pretty sure. Selfridges, you guys, if you have the Selfridges account, it's $55 for shipping for the year long, but generally like perfumes are a bit cheaper there. We want to do a quick caveat saying always get samples. Try them on your skin, because just because we may love something, you know, I always just tell people your skin, your chemistry, all of that. Like we have a couple that I'm surprised because we tend to like similar fragrances, but one didn't work on me versus her, you know. So just always in a couple places where you can get samples. Our Lucky Scent does them. Fragrances Line, isn't that?
Yeah.
I put some
Fragrancesline.com. That's where I get most of mine.
Yeah, because they have a really extensive, like I feel like you can get a lot of their fragrances. And I'm a little bit funny because I like spray. I don't like the samples in the dabber because I like to spray. I don't know why. So the Fragrances Line, you can pick what kind of sample you're getting. So, Beauty Habit. Oh, good. That's great. I love Beauty Habit. Okay. They say Beauty Habit has a BdK in the sample program. That's awesome. Free
shipping. That's great. Thank you.
Ooh, okay. Yes. But and also you guys, Lucky Scent is one of my favorite, like Steve and Dana do these live events on their live Instagram, and it's not.
I need to. I'm like making notes over here.
Yeah, because when you watch them, I pretty much always have to get something after listening to them, but they do really great, fun, you know, little Monday kind of Instagram live events and with different topics. So love that company and always want to support. So. Okay. BdK in general, you guys, I think both of us agree, like beautiful line. Like I went down the rabbit hole because I tried one and then another, but Pas de Soir. And I think one thing that you just nailed on is that my husband and family love Pas de Soir too. I think that a lot of times pleasers, like compliment getters, tend to be kind of either sweet fragrances or freshies. I've found those are the ones that I get the most compliments, but I don't always look for that. Like I'm not, you know, of course it's nice to get a compliment, but you really are sort of wanting to wear, you know, like on the day-to-day, you do you, make, you know, wear what makes you happy and feels good. Or, you know, each fragrance always gives me a different mood. Every day is part of the fun is like, what do I want to, you know, what do I want to feel like today? So,
It's definitely no rules. Just like there's no rules in makeup, and everybody's like, "Oh, only wear a smoky eye out." And I'm like, "Girl, I will rock a purple smoky eye at Kroger during the day, just like I will rock an oud and leather perfume. Like,
yes,
you be you, I be me." So,
I love it.
Okay, so is it me or do we? Okay, all right. So this one, I honestly thought, and I texted Abby about this. I thought that this line was being discontinued. But then I saw on Selfridges 2 new scents from them. So I'm like, well, maybe they're not. This is the Lancome Maison line.
Oh, yeah.
So it's their little bit pricier line. Yes. So this is technically the front, but I like to call this the front because the plate's so pretty. It's got those pretty iris on them. This is iris and y'all. I would say dragees, but I know that's not how you say it. It's Dragees, dragees.
It's so good.
It is so good. And I think I've talked about this a lot in my, just a little bit. I've talked about this a lot in my recent videos, I feel like, or no, maybe it was in my Instagram. Yeah, I talked about it on my Instagram. I love iris. I'm beginning to realize that is just like, something I really like. Some people are like, I don't, a lot of people don't like powdery scents. Apparently I do.
I didn't think I liked powder either. And then I like so many powdery scents, but it depends, you guys. I get what you're saying, but about powdery, but this, you guys, this is to me like, it's so like, it's
got bergamot, pink pepper, iris. It has almond and sugar in the middle. And I heard somebody when they were talking about this say they thought it smelled like Jordan almonds.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, well, I guess I could make.
And are you still chatting, honey? Or are you frozen? When I first smelled this, you guys, I smelled like this, like beautiful, like lingerie drawer, like a pretty sort of like pretty lingerie, like just beautiful. On my side, you guys, everything's just a little frozen, and there we go. Hold on just a minute. Mandy. You guys, I'm just checking in to see if everybody. Okay, good. So she is a little, she's going to click back in, you guys. She's coming back in. She got, okay. I'm glad that this is, but really quick while she is popping back on, I'll let her in 2 seconds. She should be dialing back in. But this one we both have, and this is that Lancome, and it is just gorgeous. And I guess I think of it as something very like, very, again, I was kind of like that lingerie door, but like pretty silky. Hi, Tammy. Just a really pretty, very feminine scent. So really enjoying that. Look at everybody. Good evening from Ireland. I love it. Mandy is going to come back on with me, you guys. Oh, I love that. Okay, she's trying to try Fragrance du Bois Santal Complete. It is a beautiful fragrance. I love it. Actually, that's not the one I have. This is new, Demi's new one, which I do love too. You guys are so cute. She is coming back on in just a minute. You know what? That's a brand. So I'm getting a question as to whether I've tried L'Artisan Parfumer, and I have not. But that's on my list. So we have lots of perfume brands. So I love you guys. I love hearing from you. Lori, you guys are so fun. Okay, so while she is getting back on, I guess I'll go on to my next one. But you guys, if you have watched my channel, I have fallen in love with Ormonde Jayne. Oh, here she is. Hold on 1 minute.
Y'all, this weather stuff, I can't handle it. I hope to goodness that doesn't happen again. It's not even bad outside, but our power has been flickering on and off.
You're so cute. Okay, question for you, because we were talking about this one while you were gone. Yeah. And someone wanted to know if you felt like it smelled like lipstick on.
No.
I
I
don't
don't
even.
think it smells anything like lipstick on. So unfortunately, I don't think it's a dupe for that. It's got like, yeah, no, the powderiness in this isn't a makeup powdery. You know how there's some that are like more floral powdery and some makeup powdery?
Yeah.
This is not a makeup powdery.
No.
I'm sure you went on to a different one, but this is one of my favorites. I love it.
I was just, yeah, that is a good one. No, I was just about to, and then I'm getting some summer favorites. And Ivana, I will think like I do have one with coconut. Hold on, I have to go grab it. Hold on. Woo.
I can talk about one that I just recently got that has a bit of a coconut scent. It's a designer fragrance, which I love designer fragrances. But it's from Lancome, and it's their new flanker of the Living Belle, the Soleil Crystal.
I was wondering about that one.
Yeah. You sent me a picture, and you're like, the bottle is so gorgeous. The difference, I believe, is the added coconut. So it does have on the dry down. I don't get the coconut on the Lancome. Like first off, I have to wait for the dry down, but then I get this like really like warm coconutty scent, which I adore. So that's one of my favorite coconuts right now.
So one of the ones this one is from Fragrance du Bois, and this is Oud Jaune Intense, and this is just like tropical paradise in a bottle.
Which you wouldn't think with oud in the name.
No, but this is not like, I mean, I know it says it has oud in here, but this is not like that. It is like, woo. I mean, this is such a like, tropical go on vacation. Like I loved pulling this out during kind of quarantine, like when we're like in lockdown time, because you could kind of feel like you escaped someplace.
Yeah.
And this would be something I would put on to kind of feel like I was going someplace fun. And so that's a good summer coconut, but they think we have some other ones. But
someone Morag said Guerlain has a gorgeous coconut perfume. I don't know if you're talking about the coconut fizz perfume that they have, the Eau de Toilette from there. What's that line called?
I know what you're saying. It's the
Aqua Allegoria line. Yeah, I have that one. I do really like that too.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna go on to this is fragrance for life for me, guys. This is Ormonde Jayne. And like this is like I literally saying that is huge because I love lots of perfumes, but when I smelled this, I just completely fell in love. I love this Ormonde Jayne line. So as far as wish lists, there's a few other ones that I have wanted to try from them or, get as well. I got like a little sample set. Have you tried any of these?
I have not tried any, but of course it's on my list because of you. Because everything that you always send me has an Ormonde Jayne scent in it. So I'm like, I need to check this out.
So you guys, this one is like dreamy and elegant and there's a bit of powderiness to it. So that's why, Mandy, I kind of think you're going to like it.
And what's it called again?
This is Royal Elixir. And
Royal Elixir.
This is an amped up version of their Amber Royale fragrance. So they have like a line, and then this is kind of like the amped up version of it. And it is just, you guys, it makes me feel so good when I'm wearing it. And it's got like a little bit of greenness. Like one thing about the Ormonde Jayne is that there's sort of a green note that is kind of weaving through most of them, I'm finding, but it is not, I don't typically lean towards those green freshy ones. But so it has this like amber base. It's just gorgeous. It's got some florals in it. And I think there's a play off of this kind of, got an elegant side, but a playful side to it. And it just makes me feel like $1,000,000 when I wear it. And
how is the
like how long does it
projection and lasting power? Yeah.
This one is like someone wrote me because they bought it and they were like, ooh, this is beast mode. I don't find it to be like total beast mode, but it's gonna last all day long. Like this isn't like when I think of beast mode fragrances, I think of Oud Satin Mood. Like if I one spray like if I over spray this, I'm gonna be too much. Am I frozen now?
No.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, on my screen. Oh, there it is. So, anyways, this one, you guys, I have to like the whole line. I just think is kind of a definitely something to check out. And Mandy, I kind of think you might like this.
Oh, I know I will. I'm over here writing notes. Okay, I've got like 3 things on there so far.
Oh, so let me see. There's a one that says, "Do you know about Chocolate Man?" I do not. Straight up chocolate. I gotta check that out.
Chocolate Man, I do. So I just purchased one 2 days ago because I got my fragrances line, my samples in, and it's so funny because the one that I got was my favorite out of all the samples, and I had like probably 13 samples. And somebody sent me a direct message on Instagram that night, and they were like, "I think you need this perfume. I think you would love it. We have similar scents." I'm like, "Girl, I just bought that. We do have similar scents. Please."
Oh, I know this one. Yes. Okay.
Anyway, that has chocolate in it.
Yeah.
It has a definite chocolate. It's the Guerlain Gourmand Coquin.
Coquin.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I have had gone through a whole bottle of that. Like I love that one.
Oh, I love it.
Guerlain is another brand I think is good. Like like if we're just kind of talking lines worth investigating.
Okay. I'm going to talk about this one because I know you have this one too. I don't think you had the last one that I'm loving, but this is from Mancera.
Oh, Mandy made me buy this, you guys. Uh-oh, is she frozen? Okay. You guys, if she's frozen, she's going to get back on. But Mandy made me buy Mancera Royal Vanilla. And I don't want to take away from her because she's talking about it. You guys let me know if you can hear her. Oh, that's cool. I'm reading some of the comments over here. Oh, there she goes. Okay, she's going to pop back on. You guys, we'll get back to this one because I want her to talk about this, but I just have to laugh because she was like, you need to get this with me. So, okay, we'll give her 2 seconds. She's frozen. Thank you, Eileen. Okay. You guys, I'm going to quickly come. Yep. She popped off. So just so you know, she lives in Tennessee and they have been experiencing so many tornadoes, and, power outages and stuff like that. So she had already told me it's been flickering. It's sunny in her area, but she will be back on. And she's texting me. Don't worry. She'll be plugged back in just a second. You're stuck with me for a minute. Yes, I do. I love the House of Sillage Air, and Tierra is my favorite ever. Okay, so I guess I'm going to move on. You guys, the Roja Parfums recently launched this Essence de Perfumes, an essence line. So if you've ever tried any of Roja Parfums in general, some of them you might think are like very powerhouse, maybe a little bit strong, those kind of things. And they have come out with a line that is an essence, like a little bit lighter, a little bit more approachable, a little bit easier to wear. And they picked out their perfumes, like their bestsellers from the women's line, and created these. And I have completely fallen down the rabbit hole on this brand, on this line, because I just think they're beautiful. I think they're easy to wear. And the one that I was wanting to talk about today was Roja. This is 51. And this is described as the epitome of elegance. And I do have to say, kind of along that line that we were talking about with the Royal Elixir. This one, again, is just one that kind of brings a smile to my face. It was immediate, like I smelled it and I loved it. It is basically, oh, good. Here she comes.
I just don't think I'm set to do these lives. I really don't.
I was laughing. I was like, oh, yeah, I love that. Honey, you're doing good. Is it just flickering?
No, it's just going on and off. I don't know if somebody else, like I'm sweating, y'all. I don't know if somebody else, like, if just all the storms that we've had, if they're working on power for someone else and it's affecting ours. But if it happens again, I'll come back on. I'm sorry. I know this makes her.
I told them, I said, just keep on coming. I don't want to be talking by myself. No, just kidding.
Well, it's like, I feel like every live I get on, there's some kind of issue.
This has happened to me too. This is just the nature of what we're going through right now. So but we're glad to have you back. Okay, so come, you guys. I moved on quickly, but I thought we could come back to this. And I told them all that you made me blind buy it.
I did. I made her blind buy it on the same day that I blind bought it. We basically
literally texted me. Wait, by the way, how late do you stay up? Because I you guys.
I'm up to like midnight most nights.
I know. You text me and then I literally think I bought it at like 11 or I don't know. I remember she was like, you have to get it with me. I was like,
yes. Okay. So the reason that I wanted to get this was because it said vanilla and because it had good reviews and because it was exclusive to Selfridges. And I'm a sucker for marketing. I mean, I'm a consumer at heart. So anytime someone tells me it's exclusive, you can only get it here, I'm like, buy now, order now. So that's what I did. I love vanilla scents. This is a strong vanilla. This is not like a gourmand vanilla. This is not like a vanilla extract. This is, I really like it though. I don't even know how to explain it.
It's gorgeous.
But I have my notes. No, I don't, because I added this one at the end.
Oh.
I think I looked it up on Fragrantica. Let's see. Yeah, so it has only 4 things listed as its note. Did you know that? Usually think perfumes have like 20-something notes. This has Madagascar vanilla, amber, violet. It has violet in it. I think that's why. And patchouli. Oh, this smells so good. Now this is a projector and it's going to last a long time on the skin.
Yep.
Tell her your thoughts on it.
So when I first smelled it, now I was just telling her before, 2 things came in on the same day, but it had a little bit of a dirty note in it, like it not necessarily bad, but I felt like on my skin that it was pulling like a tad bit, like she's dousing herself in it.
I'm like, oh, this stuff is amazing.
It was like, Abby, I've been spraying it all over. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, there's a tiny bit of a dirty, it was pulling a little bit of like a dirty patchouli note on me, I think. But then this one is called Royal
Vanilla. Yeah,
and
you can only get it at Selfridges.
And yes, and so I was laughing because when she was saying she was spraying all over, I was like, I don't know if I can be, but then we were saying I think she likes a little bit of a dirtier patchouli. Like one thing about patchouli, guys, a lot of people tell me, oh, I don't like any patchouli scents because they have that kind of like hippie patchouli oil, kind of what they think of. And I'm like, I bet you probably have a perfume in your collection
that has patchouli in it.
Mm-hmm. And I remember, you guys, I had a roommate in college that was, like she wore that oil. Like, I mean, I have a lot of memories of the patchouli oil. And so I have that. And so I too used to say, oh no, I cannot possibly. And they were like, do you wear Coco? Like someone's asking about Coco Noir. That's a beautiful, I think the surprising thing about that perfume is that it is very fresh to me. Like it comes in the black bottle. And I think of it as like, ooh, it's going to be this rich, dark kind of cocoa, thick one. And I find Coco Noir to be kind of a freshie, like a very, like it's beautiful scent. Oh, I love that one too, Kelly.
I
love that one too, right?
I have that in my cart somewhere. I have my carts filled at like all these perfume places, and Orchid Evening is in my cart somewhere because it's definitely on my list.
We both love vanilla.
Most definitely, yes.
as far as a scent. And so, yeah, so good. That's what I was saying about the patchouli. So,
Yes.
so on this, it pulls a little bit of a dirtier patchouli on me. I still think it's a very beautiful kind of, I think it was just making me laugh when she was like dousing herself.
Don't you just love this stuff? I just put it on again. She's like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what's so, and that's another point to everybody, you guys, that two perfumes, like even if we think we have similar tastes, like your chemistry, it's going to be a lot. Everybody can have a little bit of a different experience, but so I'm going to play around with this a bit more. I've worn it. I think it's beautiful, but it did to me have a teeny bit of a little. And when I say dirty, I don't mean it in a negative way, you guys. Just more of like a little
dirt, but just, a little edgier,
edgier, yeah.
I like the edge, apparently.
Okay. Okay. I was kind of going in real quick about the essence to perfume.
Oh, yes.
I went down the rabbit hole a little bit on this line, and I was talking about 51. And you guys, this is like one of the first places we want to go, or, basically I want to go to London. Once we can travel again and take the kids and help like celebrate graduations and stuff. This will be a year, not this summer, but I spent a summer there going to school, and I just have such fond memories. But anyway, so this is based off the 51 Burlington Arcade in London. It's a famous, iconic street, and this is the address 51. So Roja Parfums, this one, it's described as the epitome of elegance. And I was saying it just is another one that I just have fallen in love with. And I've just kind of fallen in love with these essence perfumes because they're a little bit easier to wear if you've experienced any of the other Roja perfumes. Like their original line can be a little bit overwhelming to some. And these are a little bit more wearable. And this Reckless, Mandy, you're going to love because you... Okay. So you guys, this one, if you like Killian Love Don't Be Shy.
Yes.
That's what I know that, but I think you're going to get that one at the
Sephora. I am getting that at the Sephora sale, yes. And I'm not going to be talking about a ton of designer perfumes today because I am going to be doing a Sephora sale wish list. And y'all, my cart has like...
Her cart is insane, you guys. Her cart is crazy. I was like,
I'm glad to narrow it down.
She's always way ahead of me. She's like, did you do your cart yet? I'm like, I'm way behind. But okay, if you do love Killian, but it might be a tad bit sweet for you. Like this is going to be something to check out. It's like has that beautiful honey note in it. And it's just one, again, I fell in love with that one. The Creation E, but the ones I've been reaching for the most has been this 51, and I just find it to be, let me see, velvety smooth. Let me get my notes out, you guys. I want to give you a little bit of it has a little bit of a raspberry note in here. It has floral. It's got some sensual kind of vanilla in it that I like. It's got Lily of the Valley, and then it's got that cedar and that ambrette. And I think that we both are really like those kind of woody florals, or I'm very attracted to those. And so this does have a bit of powderiness to it, but not in a sickening way. I find that it's got there's something that's a little bit light and it just kind of has a little bubble around you that is going to give you such a really nice feel. And I just have been loving it. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that line because those are really nice. And I have the whole sampler set, you guys. I'm going to do a video on those, but there isn't like one that I don't like. I was kind of surprised. There's usually a fragrance and I'm going to be like, like not for me. And of course there's, some I don't need a full bottle of, but I definitely have to say I was excited about it. And you need
Reckless.
If you don't get love, you need Reckless.
Okay. I think that I only have one more that I'm really loving. And this one is like it's the epitome of powdery scent. So if you don't like powdery, just like go get a drink or something, like a little snack. But this is the Guerlain. I don't know how you pronounce this.
Look how pretty the bottle is.
So pretty. I love these bottles. Insolence, y'all. I'm from Nashville, not France, but it's a really pretty bottle. And this, and I've talked about it before, but if you missed it, is the exact scent of Guerlain Meteorites.
Oh my God.
So if you like the Guerlain Meteorites, if you love the way that smells, that makeup-y powder smell, but this is not lipstick on makeup-y. Lipstick on brings me back to like sitting and watching my grandma get ready and like kind of that scent. Like that's the memory that lipstick on invokes for me. This one invokes the memory of opening my meteorites to buff out my makeup. Like this is, so it smells just like it. I don't know what else to, excuse me, say. If you've smelled that, you know what that smells like. If you haven't, it's a very violet, iris, powdery perfume.
Yeah.
You're probably sensing a little bit of a, like, what's the word I'm trying to think? Theme going on here. Because I do really like that, but I can't stop sniffing it. This I like to wear to bed.
And that was the one you've been, that's another one. She was like, I'm spraying it all over.
Because it's an eau de toilette, so it's a little bit light. They have an eau de parfum and they have an eau de toilette. Now I haven't smelled the parfum, but from the recommendation or the reviews that I have read, the eau de toilette is better. So, and I've even heard that the lasting power is better, which doesn't really make sense. But so that's why I decided to go with this one, and it just smells just like it. So I love to wear it during the day, but I will just douse myself, and I do take showers at night. So someone said, I bet that's beautiful to wear to bed or right after a shower, and it is, Ronnie. Like I will douse myself on it. I'll spray my sheets with this. I'll spray my pillow with it. Like I love it. I'm almost really surprised the dent isn't bigger in this. But if you like those kind of scents, then that's the one for you. Love it.
Okay, there's a couple questions. I'm thinking about, someone's asking about a musk, or I'm not sure it's a vanilla musk, but I want to point out another brand. This is Veronique Gabai. And this one is called La Pointe G. But it is a really soft, beautiful white musk. It's got a touch of vanilla. And you guys, I've kind of fallen in love with this line. They have a really great thing where you can buy a sample set and then they'll pay you. Like if you want to buy a bottle, then they will put it towards a full bottle. And then there is the Noir de Mai. So this is a black rose scent. And if I put them together, it's just like, whoa. It's such a good one. But I kind of wanted to highlight this brand because it is really pretty. And they've got a bunch of they're kind of based off her growing up in the Mediterranean. And so they've got, like, if we're thinking about summer scents, when I first got the sample set, I don't know where it is, but when I first got it, I was like, it was kind of deeper in the winter and I wasn't quite ready for those kind of summery scents. And I would say definitely if you're looking for those kind of based on, think of beach and water and just nature, all of that. And she's got different things. You can totally wear them year round, but I just have to say, just so pretty. And this soft white musk here, this La Pointe G, is just like when you were saying coming out of the shower kind of, or in bathing at night and what you would want to wear. Like this is comfort in a bottle. It's so soft. It's got a little bit of sensuality to it, but it's not going to be too strong or anything. Like I think of wearing white, like a white sundress, or, you know, getting like white cotton sheets, like those kind of things. And so I think it's really awesome. So I just wanted to highlight this brand because, again, I think you might like it, man.
I'm sure I will. Okay, I have a couple of or one question from Sean Queen says, have any suggestions for a walk through the SoCal orange groves on a rainy day? I personally do have a suggestion for that, and it is also within the Guerlain Aqua Allegoria line, which is their and I could go up and get it, but I'll try to link it because if I get up, Zeus will have it come apart. But it is similar to this bottle, but they're not frosted. It's just a glass, and then it's got like a gold ring around. But it's called Orange Soleil, and it smells exactly like you're opening up a fresh orange. Like it is. I've never smelled anything else like it. I don't have any. I'm not huge on overly citrus scents.
Me either.
When they have like multiple citrus notes and like that's all you smell. But this is a very linear perfume. Like I don't get much more out of it other than orange, but I am okay with that sometimes. Like sometimes I don't want all the complexity that you can get with other perfumes, and it is gorgeous. For the summer, it is so gorgeous. So if you want an orange, just like, again, like you're opening, which I can imagine walking through an orange grove would smell like. I highly suggest that.
I love it.
Okay, are we on to, or you're probably still on your loves. I think I'm going to start on my wish list.
Yeah, go for it.
I have 4 perfumes that are on my wish list, and I've got to pull it up because I took pictures. Okay, the first one is by a line by Victoria Minya. Do you have any Victoria Minya perfumes?
No, it's on my list. So when you had that, I laughed. I was like, yes, because
this is it right here. Obviously, I can't show you the bottle, but this is called Hedonist. Which, what a name!
Yeah,
I mean that's not why I picked it. Just so we know, but I love the, like, if you can see, there's actual crystals on the bottom. So
pretty.
Yes, it's a gorgeous. I've seen it in videos. It's absolutely gorgeous. But this is has peach, rum, and bergamot in the opening, which I am not a huge fan of peach, but I feel like when it's in the opening of perfumes, I enjoy it because it's not super long lasting. Yeah. But it works well. It's a note that works well with other notes, I feel like. Then you have osmanthus, tobacco, which is one of my favorite notes, jasmine and orange blossom in the middle, vanilla, cedar, and vetiver on the dry down. Now, I have not tried this. This is a blind buy want. A couple of these I have tried in samples that I'm going to talk about, but this one I have not tried. I want this solely based on reviews and the notes.
And I want it now too.
Yes. and the pyramid on Fragrantica is like fruity, sweet, white floral, rum. I love rum. Woody, vanilla, tobacco, powdery, and citrus. I'm like, yes, 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 and yes.
Check.
So that is high on my list. And that is, I'm sure you can get it other places, but I know it's available on Lucky Scent.
I love it. Love it. Okay, really quick. I'm just going to say I'm having a bit of a Creed moment. And we're talking about, people have been asking about spring and summer kind of scents. And the Aqua Fiorentina, you guys, there's just something about the Creed fragrances has a certain DNA in it. And to me, I find that to be sort of fresh, like a little bit of, there's a certain way when I wear Creed that it makes me feel there's like a certain DNA in there. And I get that they're expensive and you may not be the longest lasting for some of them. But they always sort of come back to them. I think it has sort of a, like my grandfather wore Creed. Like it has sort of one of these
memory invoking.
And like when I smell men wearing Aventus and these kind of things, there's just like, it just brings back that. And so unfortunately, my daughter has fallen in love with this this as well. But this one, to me, it's just spring. Look at the little cute bottle here. It is spring in a bottle. It's got a little touch of apple in it, like a green apple, which normally, again, I wouldn't really think of myself as a fruity floral in here, but it's got creamy sandalwood as a base. And I think that that's what kind of grounds it and doesn't make it quite like sort of such a young, like I probably would kind of categorize this as more of a young fragrance. I mean, anybody can wear it, but I think that creamy sandalwood just kind of brings it all together. And then I've got a little baby Love in White. And you guys, this is just such a beautiful fragrance. And I think of this as sort of like if you're getting married, this is a beautiful bridal scent. Like this could be signature scent worthy. But again, this is sort of like as we're shifting here in Portland, you guys, Portland has been just, we get a lot of rain, but once the sun shines, it is just spectacular. Everything is blooming. It like yesterday, Lisa, if Lisa's still on here, most gorgeous day ever, 63, just walking out, everything's blooming and it's just green and lush. And you want something that's going to kind of have that kind of feeling as well. This Love in White is just such a beautiful fragrance.
Does it have green in it? Is it like how much green? Because I'm not a fan of too much green, but
I think you'll like this one because it's got tonka and it's got rice note in here. This is going to
rice note.
Okay, so this one so this one isn't going to be, this one's going to be more of your greeny, the aqua one. But this one is going to be, it has a little bit of daffodils. I was wondering if maybe I haven't really smelled.
I don't know that I've smelled daffodil in a perfume.
No. And then this has vanilla. And, yeah. Okay. So I think that vanilla, it has ambergris in it. And then I think that it makes it kind of unique. There's this rice note or rice husk or something in there that brings a little bit of warmth to this. And it has iris. Oh, I meant to tell you.
Well, then, what you got to say?
This one, iris. And I don't, you guys, it's just such a little, like, this is so pretty. And you guys, yes, we're going to have all of the perfumes listed below. Like I've got them all. We've got links and all of this good stuff. Good. And you guys, yes, Oswald in New York City, my good friend who works there, but also Randy. Hi. They're having 20% off. Smell the flowers.
Yes. Okay. So Wood Jasmine will be purchased right after we get off this live.
Yes. I was wondering, I don't know if that was on there because
is it not on there?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. And I love that Bouquet d'Angry as well. Like that's another one from BdK. It comes in a pink bottle. It's so pretty. But yes, you guys, I will have everything should be in the description box. I don't know if you guys can see it right now, but it is in there.
And it will be in mine. You may only be, someone's saying they can only see Abby's, but after the live,
if you scroll down, Mandy's is in there. I put it all, it should all be on there. I put it on both of ours. So
okay, good.
And Randy, they do sell Creed. They don't sell the women's line. They sell some of the men's. They just got Creed in there. But I also love that I'm going to say it wrong. But anyways, so I'm having a bit of a Creed moment because I just think that there is something classic about it. It's one of the oldest dedicated.
Crying child. Hold on just a second. Keep talking about Creed.
Okay. So let me see if there's anything. Okay, you guys, let me think of, last thing we were going to, and thank you, Christine. This is from Anthropology. You can still get it, the top. Okay, someone was asking me about the Maison Dior line. Is she okay, hon?
Yeah, she's all right.
Okay, because we don't want to, I was going to mention this one. Well, guess what? It has iris in it.
That one? Man, that could go into my next wish list because it's one that's on yours too.
Okay. So yeah, I wanted to bring this up because it's I really love Maison Christian Dior. You guys, this has been long time love of mine, just the brand. So the Bois d'Argent, I wanted to mention this because this is a repeat purchase. I've got tons of
sample.
Yeah, I thought you got a sample. But this one to me is an everyday, easy to wear scent. It is going to be softer, but this is when you just want to, like when I say everyday scent, I just want to smell good. I find it to have this vanilla honey powder, but not overly powdery.
No, but I can smell that, the
honey.
Yeah.
I call it like honey powder. It's so good. I just love it. Makes me feel yummy. But no, it's not going to be like a super strong. This is going to be a soft,
kind of, yeah.
And that's what I would say. Some of those, I would say, like this one is going to be softer. So for those of you who like those kind of scents, definitely check this out. And then we were both wanting to, they just launched a brand new one that
both on our wish list.
Yeah, this is on our wish list, guys. So if any of you have smelled this, how do we say it?
Tobacco. I wrote down the yeah. So it's sweet, honey, tobacco, fruity, smoky. It's got honey, tobacco, smoke, white tobacco, which I don't really know the difference in that. Plum, oriental notes, peach, amber, and citrus.
Yeah. And yeah, oh yeah, that Van Cleef, that is very similar. That's so true. And I wondered which one. So yeah, we were both, I got to order that because you guys, I'm very intrigued by the marketing, but I'm sort of like, it seems more of a fall kind of scent to me for some reason. Like
it's so soft. I feel like you could get away with wearing it. Like,
yeah.
Whenever you wanted to.
I meant the one that.
Oh, this is that color. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Doesn't that seem like it's for some?
It does, but those notes sound so right up my alley that I would totally wear it all year round.
Yeah, and again, I think that's what I agree. Like, I don't have day and nighttime fragrances. I do try to describe them if there's like a stronger scent, but you guys, you can rock anything you want. There's no rules. And I think that's like the fun of fragrance is that like we were laughing because you have like how many perfumes do you put on now, Mandy, during the day? Because she's always like, well,
it depends. 3 to 4 now, but honestly, it also depends on what I start my day off with. If I'm in a mood to wear 3 different fragrances, I make sure I don't pick out something like the Mancera, because this one is going to last me 8 to 10 hours. And I'm going to be doing a disservice to anything I put on top of it. Cause they're just going to blend together. It's not going to smell the same. But if I know I'm going to be like, okay, by lunchtime, I'm going to want something different, then I will put something on that maybe doesn't have as long of a lasting power. And then again, I shower at night. So after I get out of the shower, I always spray something on then too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's become a sickness, y'all.
I'm glad that she's joined me in this sickness because I've had it for a very long time. So she made me laugh when she was like, "Oh no, Abby." I was like, "Oh, good."
She's like, "Oh, I brought her over to the dark side."
I was like, I don't have to be alone. Like, I know Randy. We were laughing. So Randy is another frag head. I also have like a really good friend, but we were laughing because we call him the COVID collection as to like, I leaned very heavily on fragrance. I always, you guys, this has been a passion for a long time, but yes, did we like during COVID, like a way to escape and the fun of like, ooh, I'm going to order the sample.
Well, that, and it's like, we weren't wearing a ton of makeup, it wasn't something, and fragrance is something you can wear regardless of whether you have a mask on. It's not going to affect anything, it for a lot of people makes you happier than makeup does. I mean, there's people now, makeup makes me happy. So makeup makes me happy. But
I like it all, guys. I like makeup.
Yeah. But I feel like maybe the reason that so many people, maybe some of the reason that so many people really was drawn to it during COVID was because it's something you can do for yourself. You don't have to leave the house to benefit from fragrance. You can, there's just something really special. And yes, Kelly, you can transport yourself. Bring back memories.
The memories.
Yes.
I was trying to think of when I got the sickness, and I literally always go back to like my grandma. Like I always tell people, but she was like a little bit like she made a grand entrance. She was someone who was always dressed to the nines. Like you would never go out of the house. Like
I had one of my grandmas was like that.
Yeah, like she was unapologetic. Like she wore a strong perfume, the mink coats, like walked in with her little, and so but also she was kind of like my mom was warm and, kind of easy, approachable. And the grandma that she grew up with was very like, probably like she was very blunt. Like, she would have little pixie haircuts and she was like, you guys look like boys, or, just sort of like to knock you right down. But again, it was so funny because I always just remember hugging her and what she was wearing. And I think it goes back to like, ooh, and then I have two other sisters, and we all were, there was a lot of fragrance, and my mom.
Yes. Oh, okay. So Randy, my mom is a Shalimar wearer. That is her signature scent. So I grew up smelling nothing but Shalimar and being like, oh my, and like once I was old enough to realize how much stuff cost, I remember I asked her one time how much a bottle of Shalimar cost, and she told me, and I'm like, what? Like, who spends that much on a perfume? Like, I just distinctly remember that. But then I was also like, whenever she ran out, I'm like, when are you getting more? Because it's like I wanted my mom to smell like my mom, and that's how she smelled. And I was listening to a podcast. I think it was called Smell You Later, and they were talking about how a doctor explained to them that the olfactory nerve, like for our smell, our sense of smell, is the one closest linked to our memory part of our brain. That's why sense can invoke so much memory, which I just think is fascinating. Like stuff like that just fascinates me.
Me too.
So yeah, I love it.
I love this though, Charlie. I remember Charlie.
Okay, my first bottle was Jeanette. Do y'all remember Jeanette?
Yes.
And I thought I was highfalutin. I'm like, y'all don't mess with my Jeanette.
What about the Ane or that? Do you guys remember that one?
Remember that? I remember Baby Soft.
Oh yeah, Baby Soft, Lucky Strike cigarettes. And then one person said, "Did your grandma wear Joy?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, honey, she wore Joy." That's what.
See, my grandma, that was the one that wouldn't leave like the house without full hair and makeup, and always wore a pantsuit. Like she was like the matching pantsuit. She was Red Door. That was her signature scent.
Well, then I also grew up with a lot of Chanel, like my, so I wore a lot of Chanel growing up.
Did you see her face? She was like, "Oh, Chanel!" Like I transformed my children into designer junkies.
You guys, I can't help but I want to share one story. I remember when I came back for like a Christmas holiday, and I had gotten this Chanel Cocoa, the original, but it had like a powder puff and the body lotion and the cocoa. Yes. And you guys, we were going, I still laugh about this because I was getting together ready with my sisters, and I had put on all the body lotion and I got the puff and I was powdering all down, squirting on. And that's like, I just now still to this day laugh because I'm sure that the trail was just
the whole neighborhood smelled you.
My sister was like, "You're like a piece of chicken buttering and brining yourself." And it was just like, so some of those, because I also remember Obsession, Knowing, like, I don't know. Anyways, Paloma, Picasso, all of those ones I just laugh at now. I was like, whoo.
So many memories, and I love it. Love. And I think another reason that I love getting into it is because I want my girls to like remember that. I want them to be on a live 30 years from now saying, my mom, well, I can't tell you what my mom wore because she wore 4 different things every day, but she always smelled good.
Yep. I think that's the fun. And Zoe has my daughter has such a good nose. So that's like why I'm worried about her leaving, because she has like such a good nose that I'm like, she'll be like, yes, no, like she has where you can, she'll pick up on notes and stuff, but that's okay. Cause I'll just go to LA and visit her. And then we'll all, you guys, with this is one thing,
move to Nashville.
That bar. Oh God, I'm coming to Nashville. I know we didn't get her there. She might have come if we could have visited.
I know, I kept waiting for you to tell me she was coming.
I know that was on our list, but okay. I am going to come to Nashville. We're going to do like, instead of a live like this, I'm going to be in Mandy's kitchen with her. We can even do like some healthy cooking.
Oh yes. Ooh, Yes.
Perfume dousing, and we'll do it all.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Jessica McClintock. I wore that forever, you guys. And this is making me laugh. I love that. Oh, and Emmett does. Yeah, my son Emmett has a very good nose. And then, you guys, I do have to say, he's such a trooper because before COVID, I would literally make him go to like Scent Bar and to other places and have him go smell perfume that I couldn't find here. And he would do it. Like,
That's so awesome.
I mean, that's so nice. Okay. Oh, I do love Diptyque.
I have never tried Diptyque. Oh, are you okay? Okay. She just stepped on a dog bone. I have never tried Diptyque.
We can get you into that. Yeah. Let me think of one that I just got that they're discontinuing. Is this Homage. And we can get into this another time, but you guys, I believe that they are discontinuing the little cracked
I love that bottle.
Privé line. But this is an interesting kind of fresh kind of fragrance with a little bit of, I believe it's either coriander or cumin in it. So it's kind of got that little note in there that's got a little bit of an edge. But Diptyque has the most beautiful, like I got into them from candles, but their body products, like I love gifting people Diptyque. Hey, I'll give you a gift of Diptyque, Mandy. I'll send you your first. You guys, this one is the best for your house. So if you want your house to smell amazing.
What is that?
This is Fleur de Peau. So when you're talking about when you get out of the shower.
Yeah.
I have the body butter to this, but this, if you spray this in your bedroom, it's like comfort. Like just your whole house will smell amazing. Like I'm always a little bit sensitive. I don't have people into the house right now, but I have 2 dogs and I don't want to be that dog house. If you know,
I know that's, yeah.
And I work from home and have clients come, pre-COVID to my home. So I would always want to have spray something or light candles or something to make sure that I don't have there's nothing wrong, you guys. I'm a total dog lover, but we all know we love our dogs, but maybe other people don't, and they don't want to smell like dog.
Well, I think we get used to the smell, and we smell what other people can smell.
Yeah. But this one is just comfort in a bottle, Fleur de Peau. And if you like a soft musk clean, Mandy, I kind of think I'm not sure. I don't know how you feel about musk.
I do like musk if it's got something else to counteract, like a vanilla or
it's got a little
something else. Like I don't want straight only musk, but I do like it as a note. And Ronnie said Diptyque Dosan.
Yeah, that one is a pretty floral. That's a good.
I'm gonna write that down too. The problem, see, Abby has all these, and I'm adding them all to my collection. So I'm the one over here. Like every time I think I want to buy something, I text her. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I have it." Of course you do. That's why I was like, "Buy the Mancera because you don't have it, and I want you to buy something with me."
You guys, she's so cute. But I'm a little bit older, and I've been doing it for just a little bit longer. So you guys, I'm always happy to be able to if anybody has questions, I can. It's my own opinion. But yes, so there. Since then, but I love having that. I'm always like, "Ooh, good. Tell me." I always love to talk about fragrance, as you can tell.
Yes. Okay. I wanted to show the next one on my wish list if anybody else has smelled it. This is from Erin, Aerin. I believe this is the Estee Lauder's more like prestige line, and this is Hibiscus Palm.
I want to know about that line too.
I do. I've never tried any from Erin, but Hibiscus Palm sounds like a good summer scent. And I know a lot of people, Eau de Wet Mastiff. Yeah, I know all about the Eau de Wet Mastiff. Let's see. Hibiscus Palm is hibiscus ylang-ylang, which I love. I
do too.
The scent of ylang-ylang. Palm leaf, lotus, ginger, frangipani. And then the base, the dry down is coconut milk, vanilla, and musk. So again, I like the musk when it's like mixed in with the coconut or the vanilla or something like that. I really like it. So the notes just sound really good. It's got really good reviews. So if anybody has tried Erin fragrances in general and have a favorite, or the hibiscus palm specifically, I would love to know.
And there was another one we want to, you have a sample, the Hermes.
Oh, yes.
There's this Jardin. Well, there's the one the Amber.
The Amber Narguilé is the one that I have. Where are you?
They don't last long, she says. So the Erin fragrance.
Oh, that's not good.
But and then also they're getting a question about most complimented. I do have one that I
have one.
Yes.
Okay, you tell yours while I'm trying to find this.
Hold on 1 minute. My computer's being okay. You guys can still see me. Okay. Mine is Velvet Haze by Byredo. You guys, that is one I just fell in love with. Like it was a new launch at the time. It's old now, but I smelled it and had to get it right there in the shop. Like it was one of those kind of instant. And anytime I wear that one, I'm a hugger. In pre-COVID. I was a believer in the power of touch. And so I would meet people and give them a hug, and I would be like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. There's like a little bit of cleanness to it. It's also a little bit warm. So it's kind of an interesting, because at some point as I was aging, some of the freshy scents and some of the florals just kind of like turned on me. And I could not, some of the ones I would love, I'm like, I can't wear them anymore. I like wore fracas and a lot of those heady tuberose, like those are way too much for me now. But Velvet Haze, that description is it. It's like putting on a beautiful cashmere sweater. It is warm and comforting, but it's got a little bit of freshness, and it is just, that is my compliment getter anytime I wear that one.
Mine would have to be, it's kind of cheating because it's two that I like to put together. Someone else a cheater. I layer these two, and I feel like when I layer them versus wearing them separately, I get the most compliments. And they're both from Tom Ford, and it's the Tobacco Vanille and the Lost Cherry. Yeah. And when I mix those two together, I can't even explain it. I love the sweetness of the Lost Cherry and the kind of tartness mixed in with that super tobacco, because I love the tobacco scent note anyways. There's just something about that, and I always get compliments on that.
I love that. Those are, someone's asking about Ball de Freak, because I was telling Mandy about, so you guys, this was like my not this bottle, this is a repeat purchase, but this was my very first like niche perfume I bought from Byredo, Ball de Freak. And I still love this so much. I recently bought like another, another one. Again, this is going to get you compliments. And this is one that is fantastic to layer. Like I have the shower gel. I have like the body butter. Like I love this brand too, because it kind of like Diptyque once you're really into fragrances and then you want to layer it all. They have all of the line of the, you can get the full experience. But someone was saying, yeah, I love Ball de Freak is a repeat purchase again. And I think it's just a beautiful woody kind of floral. Mandy, have you smelled this one?
I have. It's been a while, but I have. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of one. But anyway, so Velvet Haze, Ball de Freak. Yeah. Okay. We're
and like, we both have the Hermes Amber Narguilé, or how we.
That's on my list.
I wish they would just call it the Amber one. Like all these scents are so hard for me. This one, this one is a complex one to me. I feel like I'm starting to have a good nose, but there's some fragrances where it can say it has like 20 notes in it. And I'm like, I smell two things, maybe three. There's some where I only smell one. This one, I smell so many of the notes that it has listed. And I think the ones that come out the most are the honey and the cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's a very warm scent, and it smells so good. It's like I don't know how it's syrupy honey, but not like cough syrupy. It's like I don't know how to explain it. But the cinnamon, it has a lot of cinnamon. I am definitely getting the cinnamon, but I get that rum and that honey. There's caramel in it. There's also sesame, which I have never had or tried another fragrance that had sesame listed as a note. But I love sesame. I love the smell of them. I love the smell of crushed sesames. I love tahini. I can smell all of it. And it very, very, very pretty. Now, I did not get the longest lasting power out of this one.
Okay.
Not as much as I did the Guerlain Gourmand Coquin that I actually ordered the full size of. That one lasted on me throughout, and I wore it to the wedding I worked yesterday, and it lasted all day. But yeah, some would say it's a nighttime fragrance, but
we would say
all day, every day. I don't care. I mean, it might be a little cloying and like the intense heat, but I don't even care.
You love it. That's on my list. So
that's definitely on my list.
I'm getting Noah wants me to describe Ball de Freak real quick. So I would call this a warm, woody floral. It's got notes. It has marigold in it. So it's kind of a unique floral, bergamot, and then it's got a little layer of violet. But in the base, I would call this, it's got cedarwood and vetiver. So it's definitely woody. And it's fresh, it's floral. I find it to be a really easy everyday kind of, it makes me feel clean, but I love that little bit. I'm not, again, the freshies, I like them, but they can make me sick. This has warmth to it with the wood. So I'm someone who's very attracted to those woody kind of florals, which have a little bit warmer base, but there is lightness in this from probably the bergamot gives a nice little freshness. So
someone's asking if it's similar to Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, which I would be interested to know too, because I think I'm maybe the only one on the planet that does not like light blue.
Wait, what is the one? There's a fragrance that I have. Everybody tells me that, gosh, I'm forgetting it. There's something I have and they're just like, it's the dupe to light and blue. And I was like, I think I might be someone who hasn't smelled it either. I
smelled it. I just don't like it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know which one it's facing on me, but yes. Good. Okay, good. I'm glad. You guys, wait, did we cover all of our wish lists? Like basically, I have a ton of wish lists. We go back and forth.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I covered all of mine.
I know one that I'm curious about. So you guys, I love the Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I love that. It's been a long time. I've got several of them, but there's one that's a spring one and it's amorous. And I've almost bought it a couple different times and I can't decide on this, but they have a new extrait version. And I was curious. This is definitely powdery. And it's a spring. Someone had just recommended it to me. It's a spring kind of fragrance. It's got lemon blossom, vetiver, musky, and it's a woody floral. And so I was kind of like between the Hermes and I'm kind of in that. I felt like this might be similar, but if anybody has tried this amorous, I don't know, people have recommended to me a couple different times.
I want the Gentle Fluidity Gold.
Oh my God, I love that one. That one.
On my list. Yes.
And guys, this one, oof, yummy.
And honestly, I have countless samples of the 540, and I like it. But I think what's happened is that because everybody talks about it now, I don't like it as much for some reason. I don't know why.
And I like the gold, Ronnie. I like the gold fluidity because the
silver is more man in it. More
silver. This is not a bad story, but I went to college in New Orleans. So just know, as you can imagine, some drinking happened down there. But one of the worst hangovers I ever had was from gin. And I smelled Gentle Fluidity silver. you guys, it's juniper. Like it just smelled like gin to me. Like it smelled like a cocktail. And I think some people will like it. It's a little bit drier. But oh my gosh, I literally was like, oh, that memory of the gin and tonic. I was trying to be all fancy with the gin and tonic. But I'm sure it was the cheapest gin you
I
could.
can't handle gin. I just don't like the smell of it or
Oh, it's so horrible. But when I did try, they really recommend doing the silver and the gold,
Mhm.
them together. That makes a fabulous, like I actually could wear that, but I wouldn't have bought the silver alone's too much. Oh, good. Someone has their, it smells very elegant. Like this Amorous is smelling very like elegant spring. I don't know. So that's where I'm kind of on the Hermes or this for next.
So Rory is saying that she likes Jo Malone, London Midnight Musk, and Amber.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, has anybody smelled any of the new Jo Malones? Because the
I want to know about those too.
Yeah, the Frangipani is kind of on my wish list, but I'm very eager to see if anybody smelled them. I've not had the best experience with longevity with Jo Malone. So I'm curious about the Frangipani. So if anybody's tried those, because it's on my list.
I just have to mention that somebody very special sent this to me and I love it. So this is the Midnight Musk and Amber, and it may have been Lori who sent it to me, but yes, I love this one. And you guys, I was wondering about those new Jo Malone because of course I'm attracted to the caps and the thing, but
Danielle says she likes the poppy.
And I love the I still love the basil neroli. Like I've worn tons of Jo Malone, but I think it's kind of like they don't last the longest, and so I still love care. I mean, I care, but I think that there's a.
I mean, it's good for, like I said, when I have those days where I know I'm going to be wanting to spray on more than one.
Yes.
But on the days where I'm going somewhere, I like to choose something that I know is going to last.
Now, wait, I got Angel Share. Did you get that?
I did not, because you told me it smelled a lot like By the Fireplace.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. And it's
Changing Constants. And I got a sample of Changing Constants, and I felt like that smelled a lot like By the Fireplace.
Yep, I remember. But yes, that's a good boozy, but it doesn't make me sick. For some reason, it's really more of the gin. I can have
the other booze, just not the gin.
I don't even drink, you guys, now. So even the thought of it is like, but yes, I'm trying. Does anybody did we get all of our wish lists?
I talked about all mine.
I just kind of went
all mine that I had written down. I could go on for like 4 hours.
I don't think, wait, was there, does anybody, you guys, I'm just looking through. No, that's the problem. I think when I have a problem. Hello, you guys from rainy Scotland. Frederick Mall. Yes, I've had some in the past. I used to be I'm calling it Carnal Flowers. Is that what it's called? Yeah. You guys, that's why I was saying I was and I had Portrait of a Lady. So yes, I do like Frederick Mall. I haven't worn them recently. Those have been in the past. But I definitely wore the, is it called Carnal Flowers, or am I doing, anyways, yes. That's a beautiful line, the Frederick Malls are. Okay, you guys, I love these two, really quick, because they're going to be releasing in April. Demi Rawling is going to be releasing her Minuit at Demi, and people are asking if there is a similarity. And I did do a video on this I have a whole video on this launch. And I was going to buy this regardless, you guys, because I really love Fragrance du Bois and I love Demi. And this is a beautiful gourmand fragrance. So everything she described, I knew I was going to love it. Does it have similar vibe to Changing Constants? It definitely does. But to me, this has this really rich coffee note in it, whereas this one is salted caramel without the coffee. And this one has that, like, I think of a caramel macchiato, like you were walking into a bakery and there's coffee in here. And so this one, they definitely have that same vibe, that they're going to have that gourmand. They're both in a gourmand way. So if you can't get your hands on this one or you don't want to, yes, this is going to have that. And what was the other one people were comparing it to? Did you say?
By the Fireplace? Well,
Yeah.
the Changing Constants and the it wasn't the Demi one. What was the other one?
Oh, you know which one? Lune Feline, which you're gonna get.
Oh, Lune Feline.
So to me, when I smelled this, the Lune Feline by Atelier des Ors, and I'm sorry, yeah, that there was a bit of like a little bit of funkiness to like, she smelled it and was like immediately like yum, whereas like a couple, if you read descriptions, some people smell like a little bit of rubberiness, or I called it just a little teeny bit of, I had to get through a little bit of funk in order to get to that most gorgeous dry down ever. Like, you smell amazing, and you did not smell that at all when you were like, and so to me, I was like, oop, this is Lune Feline without the 30-minute, uniqueness.
Well, and I don't think Lune Feline has coffee either, does it? Does it have a coffee note? No, I don't think so.
So I think in the coffee in here, I definitely, it's just,
which I love. So I'm gonna have to, but text me when if you see that it
and then launch,
if I don't touch the re-promote, because I know it's gonna go fast. So
yeah, it's sold out. I was lucky because I was on the West Coast, so I could buy it at 9 p.m. midnight. I go to bed early. I was like, oh, I don't want to wake up, but this is a like prized little, like, hey, Mandy, you would love this.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I would be spraying it all over you.
Yes. Labo has great perfumes too. Yes, I like Another 13 from Labo.
I have that one. That's so
funny. Yeah, I have the smaller one of that, but and I have the smaller one of Santal 33, and I prefer Another 13. I like them both, but I prefer Another 13. Abby has me beat on how many perfumes. Ask her how many. Do you know how many you have?
No, I don't want to know. Sometimes Mandy like asks questions like that, or you guys will be like, ooh, I want to see all your collection. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want, I'm a little embarrassed. I just go by this. I'm a little bit older, guys. I'm 52, and this has been a long time. So I have a collection that has been building.
I'm 40, so I have 12 years, and my goal is to be Abby when I'm 52. And have Abby's perfume collection.
That's what I was going to say, is like, just give me a little bit of credit there, as it's been a long time coming. And I think just from having fellow like sisters and friends that are in this community where we will share and swap and those kind of things. Oh, yep. I do love the Privé, Armani Privé fragrances. I've got several that I love.
I like the Rouge Malachite in that one.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yes. And then it was so funny, you guys. So I was a total Kalex girl. And this is one other little, I promise I won't keep you guys on here forever, but I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, and we did not, Kalex had launched, and my sister went to college in New York City. So we were going, I was driving with my dad to go visit my sister in New York. And the whole way he had to hear about that. The very first thing we were going to do is go get Kalex perfume. The whole ride, if you can imagine. And my dad needed a boy, like he needed a son, because he was surrounded with girls. And the whole way, I just told him all about it. I showed him pictures in the magazine. And so, yes, Kalex was that. Shantika, she created it. So it was so hilarious. I you guys, I even bought it. They still sell it. Not at Shantika, I don't believe. I think it's under Clinique now, but I had to buy it for old time's sake. Like, I just had to get a bottle because that was like my scent for so long. And I love prescriptives. That was totally mine. So poor. Okay. I could be here all day long talking about stories like that, but we love fragrance. But if there's anything, oh gosh, I love the reminiscing too. So Mandy and I will be consulting on which perfumes we're gonna. She made me laugh, you guys. She's like, I need a perfume today. I
texted her the other day, and I'm like, I'm buying one today, and you're buying one with me. And I did buy one, and you didn't, so you're behind.
I was like, she was yeah, Lisa, I can't wear Kalex anymore, but I had to just get the little baby bottle for like just memory's sake. But she was so funny. I was like, oh, I feel like I deserve a perfume for today. So,
well, now I'm like, I'm going to go on to this. Wood Jasmine's not going to be there because it's what I want, but I'm going to check that New York.
Oh, I love Oswald. That's another one.
Yeah.
When I dropped my son off at college, I went on a field trip and I got a perfume there to remember him by. And if she was Josie, there is amazing. They don't have a standalone store anymore. But like, so now when I drop Zoe off, I'm going to Scent Bar and I'm going to go get one.
And I love, this is now, I used to get like not perfumes to remember trips by, but now I'm like, every time I go, so I'm going to Austin again at the end of April, and I'm already like, okay, where am I going to go buy a perfume? What's it going to be? And I have a feeling I'm going to be in Austin like every quarter. So I have like 4 a year from Austin, but I can't wait to start going on, start traveling again whenever everything starts being that way so that I can start collecting scent memories.
And guess what? We've talked about this before, but I am coming to Nashville and we're going to do makeup. She's going to like jazz me up.
Jazz her up. She needs jazzing.
And then we can just go perfume shopping. I'm like, I'll bring stuff.
Oh my goodness. Well, here, I think we need to just drive down to Atlanta, honestly, because Nashville doesn't have the best perfume stuff. So I say you come here, and then we'll drive down to Atlanta for a long day of shopping.
Because my husband really wants to go to Hotlanta, and my sister just moved to Chattanooga.
Oh, well, that's super close to us. It's only 2 hours away.
I know. So anyways, this is all happening like really like, just a few, it'll happen. So you guys, yes, I love girls trip. We'll go crazy.
I do damage. I do a lot of damage when I get with my girlfriends who care about beauty. I have my other girlfriends who don't, and it's like good for my wallet, but the ones that do, I'm like,
Mandy's horrible for is that how we became friends? Like the most is we were kindred spirits but she's the enabler, guys. I'm just saying, you think it's me, she's bad. I'm saying, I think we bonded over some sort of,
I don't remember what it was because it's been a while now.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, at least 2 years.
It was something over feeling guilty about. I don't know. Anyways, I just knew it was a good thing when she said we're going to switch over from IG to text because we couldn't get enough information with pictures because they would disappear, and I'd be like, "Wait, I only got to see it once." And then ever since then, it's been a long time, but
sorry, Christina. I hope you're still on here. She said that the Met's Apothecary has an amazing collection of independent scents. Tell me about the House of Kerosene. I want the Winter of '99 and the Unspoken. What's it called, Abby? I told you what it was. Unknown Pleasures.
That was the one.
Yes, those two. So if anybody has smelled those are definitely on my wish list too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Abby, but I saw her say
Kerosene. I was like, because you were just talking about. That's what I'm saying is, the Louboutin ones, real quick. And then you guys, we gotta let. Okay, hold on just a minute. These two, the little Christian Louboutin. As far as longevity, there's one that smells kind of like my favorite Bois, and that is the Louis Rouge, and that is this one with the little shoe on top. But it's a little bit spicier. So you know what I mean? It's not exact. But as far as lasting power, the Luby Rouge, is it going to be similar to Bois d'Argent, which is meant to be, it's a softer fragrance. It isn't going to project out. So you're probably going to be disappointed with the lasting power. You're still going to smell good. And I get little wafts, but it isn't going to be, I can still smell myself by the end of the day, but it's going to be a softer fragrance. Whereas the Luby Rouge, and this one is described as having a leather note in it, and leather does not always, I can't always, leather's a tricky note for me. This is more of a little bit of a smoky leather. It works for me. It kind of has a little bit of Rouge Malachite in here. Like there's this beautiful floral with a little leather in it. And this one this is the Luby Rouge is going to be having lasting power. So I think it's going to depend on which fragrance you get in this line. But the Luby Rouge, most definitely. But if you're this Luby Rouge, I'm afraid you might be disappointed in the longevity, if that helps. Okay. Did that make sense, everybody? Okay. So you guys, thank you so much.
Yes,
Do you have any other final notes?
I know Abby is much more well-versed in fragrance than myself.
No. I've told you, I've just been doing it a little bit longer. And I'm also like, I don't find like I'm the best at, I love it so much, but again, I think everybody has individual, what they like or don't like. And so it's so, it's fun I think we have fun talking about it.
Oh yeah.
I always tell people samples are fantastic. Make friends with you. I have a lot of friends at Nordstrom. The perfume shops. They're like, Abby, you got to.
Abby's here. Oh, we're going to make our commission today.
I was like, I thought they were really my friends.
They are. I promise, Abby, they are.
But you guys, we love you so much.
Thank y'all so much.
And everything you guys that we talked about, I think we talked about, I know I added some other ones in. I'll list them below, but you can always, we're always happy to answer questions. Yeah. Put it in the description or respond, and I try to be good about answering. And if not, you guys just, I will promise I will get there. So you guys are so amazing.
Thank y'all so much.
She's like, yay.
Soon.